Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about intermittent fasting and how I use intermittent fasting in order to build muscle but stay as lean as possible while building muscle, right? Because I used to do a lot of dirty bulking. I used to gain a nice amount of fat when I was building muscle too, and that's because I was dirty bulking. I was eating pretty much whenever I wanted. I was eating whatever I wanted. Ice cream, pizza, cake, cookies, burgers, french fries, everything that you can think of. That's what we were doing. I was dirty bulking, and I was able to eat these foods, but I would go to sleep right after. I was irritated, I had anxiety, I had loose stool, constipation, my gut health was terrible. I would get sick once, twice a year, so my immune system wasn't the greatest. And I just wasn't feeling my best, right? And so I was sacrificing my health to transform my body, right? To physically look good, but I wasn't doing good on the inside. And so now that I've changed and gotten older and there's a lot of information about how to stay healthy and be healthy, that is the cornerstone of this particular channel and what Roy's world is all about. Like over here, it's health first, right? Because you want to have the energy, you want to have the vitality, you want to feel great. That's going to give you the energy to even go into the gym, to count your macros. You want to be in a good mood. You want to have good gut health. You want to have your immune system on point, because if it's not, then you're not going to be able to go do 30 minutes of cardio. You're not going to be able to go lift heavy weight if you're not healthy. So that is what we're focusing on. Is healthy eating, but still having good food, still having flex meal Fridays, going out for sushi, making homemade pizzas, making homemade, 3-ingredient muffins. Like, we're still having a good time eating the foods that, give us that kind of palatable sensation, but most of it, 80%, 90% of it is healthy eating of good food, okay? And so what we're gonna be doing is going over intermittent fasting, what my window is, like what I choose to, how long I'm gonna fast, and then how long I'm going to be eating food, like what's my eating window. I'm telling you my biggest meal. We're gonna go over sleep, how important sleep is, and why getting sleep, adequate amount of sleep every night is gonna be crucial for fat burning and muscle building. We're gonna go over my nutrition, how many calories I'm gonna eat based on the weight that I'm starting at now, my protein and my carb intake, and how I'm gonna be eating those foods. Like, it's gonna be how many meals, how many protein shakes, and then we're gonna go over my strength training and cardio routine too as well, in hopes that you can take this information, either look it up and go search more stuff on YouTube and Google, and then just apply it and see what works best for you. Because the big thing is trial and error. There's no one general rule or answer for everyone, because there's different body types and there's a thing called bio-individuality. So we are all different people, and so we're going to respond different to different stimulus. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so my intermittent fasting window that works best for me is going to be a 14-10. Right? And this is only going to be 3 to 4 days per week. Some days it's only going to be 12 hours, and I'm going to be eating throughout the entire day, right? A lot of it is listening to my body, because after working out and eating a lot of food, right, the next day after eating like 4,000 calories, I'm not that hungry, and so I can fast a little bit longer. But some days, instead of stopping at 6 p.m., which is my 14-10 window, from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., some days at 7:30 I'm so hungry because I've been lifting heavy in the gym. My body's yearning for food. And while you're building muscle, you don't want to be hungry. That means your body is looking for nutrients to repair and build the muscle. And so I make sure when my body says, yo, I'm hungry, I make sure to feed it with the right type of food, protein, carbs, and fat. And so, like I said, my window is from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on the days that I'm doing a longer fast. It could push back to 7 or 8 p.m. if I'm just really hungry, and then I'll push the breakfast a little higher. But I like having breakfast. So a lot of people do the 16-8, where you skip breakfast and then you eat at 2 o'clock and then you stop eating around 10 o'clock. That's your 8-hour window. And that's cool if it works for you, especially if they have more body fat and you have more energy to run on. But for me, being the skinny wrist, ectomorph, Vata body type, I need carbs. I need food, or else I get hangry, and it's just not a good thing for me. So I love carbs. And like I said, 10-hour eating window, 14-hour fasting works great for me. helps me stay lean. If I can go longer some days because I'm just not hungry, then that's cool. But I also want enough nutrients to push and lift heavy inside of the gym, okay? So next is the nutrition portion of it. I'm 193 pounds right now. So I just took 193 and I multiplied it by 14. That gave me 2702, and that's approximately what I'll start at for my bulk. It's kind of like a maintenance. And then I add 500 calories on top of that. And like I said, just listen to my body. Some days I'm way hungrier. And then like I said, I'll add that 500 calories, which put me at 3202. And I've been as high as 4,000 calories one day. But then the next day I'm not as hungry. So there is a ceiling, there is a cap, right? And there's no need to hit the same amount of calories every single day, because sometimes you'll be hungrier and some days you'll be less hungry too as well. So there's an average, like a median, which is your body weight times 14, but then you're gonna, you know, fluctuate between that as you start to build more muscle. That's what I found out. All right, so my protein, I'm doing 1 gram per pound of lean body mass. So I subtracted my body fat percentage from my actual weight, and it gave me 166, because I'm 13% body fat, 13.3, gave me 166 pounds of lean body mass, so muscle tissue, organs, bones, everything but the body fat. And so 1 gram per that is 166 grams of protein, but I go as high as 1.2 grams too as well. And so I can go as high as 200 grams of protein. Like I said, some days I would eat 225, so it's a little bit higher, but on average, something that I'm keeping pretty steady is 1 to 1.2 grams of protein. It's harder to digest. I don't like eating a bunch of animal protein. So I try to, you know, have that protein and then split half of it as a vegan source and then half of it as an animal-based source, just to make sure I'm getting all of the right amino acids and the complete profile of protein, okay? So in order to hit that, you know, 2,700, 3,000 calories, I'm gonna be doing 3 meals and then 2 shakes. Some days will be 4 meals, but on average, 3 meals plus 2 vegan protein shakes, okay? And those meals, protein, fats, and carbs, I'll have some white rice, some purple or sweet potato, I'll have some lean ground chicken, I'll have some spinach, I'll have some broccoli, so a bunch of color, a bunch of plants. This is a very, very, very plant-based diet, like 80 to 90% plant-based. And then I am going to be eating anywhere from 300 to 500 grams of carbohydrates. Okay, so a lot of videos that I watch talking about intermittent fasting and building muscle or burning fat, they talk about it on a ketogenic diet, which works great for some people, like I say, especially if you have that weight to lose. But me, my body type, my experience, I love, love, love carbohydrates, all the different fruits and vegetables and colors of the food kingdom. I love doing that, and you get a lot of micronutrients in too as well. So vitamins, minerals, and just a bunch of flavor. So the more color I can have in my diet, the better. Like I said, my ectomorph body type burns through 300 to 500 grams of carbs a day with no problem. I gain no weight, I have no adverse effects. I feel great. So you have to figure out what best works. Are you going to choose the keto route? Are you going to do low carb? Or are you going to do a higher carb? Find out your body type, and it'll be easier to find out what works best for you. And then my workout split. So I'm going to be doing a superset split, focusing on 8 to 12 reps of exercise, and then that'll allow me to build strength in this particular moment. And then I'm going to be doing about 4 to 6 weeks of this particular programming before I do another longer extended fast like I'm doing now, which is like 64 hours, just to stay healthy, burn a lot of fat, and mostly to stay healthy though. And then my cardio, I'm doing cardio 2 to 3 times a week, 30 minutes a day. On those days I'm doing cardio while fasted, while in an intermittent fasted state, and I will work out on a fasted workout if I don't feel hungry. If I'm hungry before the gym, then I'm gonna eat, right? But on the 14-10 split, I'm only doing that 3 to 4 times per week. So I'm only intermittent fasting for 14 hours, 3 to 4 times per week. And then most days I'm doing a 12-hour minimum overnight fast and just eating regular throughout the day. Now watch the video. It says that when you go on a fast and you're fasting and then you have a fasted workout, your body has a higher insulin response. And so you're more susceptible, or you're better able to drive that protein, those carbs into the muscle cell when you work out fasted. The insulin spikes higher, which is like the key that opens all the door to your cells, and then you can shuttle in protein, amino acids, carbohydrates, glucose, all that into the cell, getting more uptake of those nutrients, right? Because if your insulin isn't spiked, you're just eating food and just kind of wasting a lot of nutrients. So that's kind of the structure that I'm going to be doing. Some days I'll go work out fasted, some days I'll work out with a meal, right? And I'm going to be showing you guys the process through this entire thing as well, so that you can get as much knowledge as from it. But this is kind of like my starting point. I'm 193 pounds. I will be building muscle, doing this particular structure, intermittent fasting, hitting my calories, hitting my protein, make sure I'm doing my cardio to help stay lean. But last but not least, getting in the right amount of sleep, right? When we're sleeping, helps lower our stress, lower our cortisol, burn fat, and also build muscle through the hormone IGF-1. And so we need to be getting sleep. If you're not getting sleep, none of this matters. Your food doesn't matter, your workout doesn't matter, your protein shakes, your supplements, none of that matters if you're not getting adequate amount of sleep. So make sure that you're getting 7 to 9 hours. For me, my body type, 8 hours is fantastic. And some good ways to do that is to stop eating 2 to 3 hours before bed. Make sure that you stop drinking water 2 to 3 hours before bed. Cut the lights off, blue lights go down, put the phone down, and just allow your body to release the melatonin necessary. I also do a drop of CBD, and I can show you guys where I get my CBD from, but that knocks me out. I'm out cold, and then that's it. So that is my structure, what I'll be doing, what I'm gonna be showing you guys and documenting on my next, documentation of my workouts and building muscle. I'm looking to gain 12 pounds of muscle with dropping my body fat another 3 to 5%, literally getting show ready. And yeah, so that's it, y'all. I hope this video helped. It was a little bit on the longer side, but I want to give you all the information on what I'm doing to build muscle and stay lean while I am, in a caloric surplus, while I'm eating more food. And that is what a lot of people have been asking me. And the secret is doing intermittent fasting the right way, along with sleep, nutrition, all that other stuff too. So thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We'll be dropping videos as often as possible, multiple times a week, and giving you guys the ins and outs of how to build your body, burn muscle, but also be healthy too as well. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.